Hey there, beautiful souls. I hope you're having a lovely day. So I just want to drop in and just share an experience that I had over the last couple of days with my intuition guiding me to setting intentions for the day. And this is something that I've kind of let slip from my daily practice the last few months. And this week we are going through lots of change, and I knew that I would need to up my self-care game. So I've been doing lots more self-care practices to support myself this week. I've been resting more, napping more, just having less on the agenda and less on my to-do list this week. But I still started to feel a bit overwhelmed. Yesterday, I could kind of feel a little bit of anxiety creeping up, and it was kind of getting bigger and bigger as the day went on. And it was a little bit the day before too. And I could feel it. I could feel it overtaking me, and just that horrible feeling of feeling like I was starting to become out of control in my internal world, and feeling like little things were really pushing my buttons, and little things were really like ticking me off, and I was just being really affected in my internal world. And so I pretty quickly just handed over to the universe. I was like, thank you, universe, for some guidance right now. I'm just not feeling myself. Would love some guidance. And pretty quickly after I said that to the universe, what dropped in for me was set a morning intention. So for yesterday and today, I have set morning intentions to guide me during the day as an anchor to bring me back and out of my head, essentially. So the anxiety that I was feeling the last few days was triggered by thoughts. So it was subconscious thoughts, and it was thoughts about so much change going on in the world and so much change going on in my life this week. My husband's gone back to work, my daughter's gone back to kinder, my son will be going back to school in a couple of weeks, and my ego jumped on that wagon of what's changing in your life, what are you doing, where are you at, kind of started to want me to assess things and figure all these things out when I was really not in the space to do that. But I got overwhelmed and overtaken by that, and a few other things going on as well. And my mind just ran with those thoughts, and I let it overtake me. And the anxiety started to creep in. And so I just wanted to share this super simple tool because it's really made a big difference. Today, my intention for the day is I come back into my body and into this moment with my breath. So my breath brings me back. And when I set intentions for the day, I like to set them as if they are already happening, because that just has this energy of it's happening right now, rather than saying I will be brought back by my breath into my body, or my body will keep me anchored. It's a future moment. Whereas if you say I am anchored in my body, my breath brings me back. You're bringing it into this present moment, and you're saying it as if it's already done. And I cannot tell you the difference, especially today. I've really noticed that my mind has tried to sort of pull me away with thoughts, and I've seen it and I've acknowledged it and I've recognized it. And then I've just said to myself, my breath brings me back, and I've stopped. I've taken a breath and I've come back into my body. And when we bring ourselves back into our physical body, whether it's like we make fists and we squeeze our fingers, or we wriggle our toes, or we shrug our shoulders, or we connect in and we take a big breath and we really feel it in our bodies, it brings us out of our heads, because we're becoming mindful and present in our bodies. And when we're mindful and present in our bodies, we can't be in our thoughts at the same time. So I just wanted to share that little practice and that really powerful tool with you, because it's just made such a difference to my last 48 hours. And I'm going to keep practicing it for the rest of this week, and I'm going to continue to set an intention every morning. The way I set an intention is I just ask the universe, what will be the best intention for my highest good today, and see what drops in. Or else if there's something on my mind, I'm thinking about, maybe I have an essential oil that brings me back to the moment, or I have some music that brings me back, or I have a specific practice that brings me back into the moment. I use that. Or else sometimes I will grab one of my Oracle card decks and just pull a card. I've got a couple of decks that are very kind of action based. So it's either, walk in nature, pick up your favorite crystal, do this, do that. So I will pull one of those cards and I will just follow along with that. And funnily enough, yesterday, when I was in the middle of feeling quite anxious, I got back to my intention and I had my Oracle cards with me. I was in the car just before I picked up my daughter from kinder, and I pulled a card and it said balance. It was like, just, you need to balance everything, because things for me were not in balance. So even just having that guidance of just bring things back to balance, how can I slow down? How can I come back into this present moment and be here right now in my body, out of my head, out of my thoughts that are creating that anxiety? So I hope this video serves you. It's something that I did for a long time and I haven't done for the last little bit, but just remembering that sometimes when we forget to do a practice, or maybe something's working really well in our lives and then things change and we forget to do it, sometimes in the absence of that practice, we realize how powerful it is. And for me, I really realized in the absence of setting morning intentions and now coming back to that practice, I can see and feel how important that little practice is. And it only takes a minute just to sit and tune in and ask, what my body, what my soul, what my energy, what my mental arena and my emotional arena all need today in an intention to help bring me back and keep me grounded. And yeah, such a simple practice, but so powerful. So sending you so much love. I hope you have a beautiful day and I will see you soon. Mwah!